people, and welcome to another video. Welcome to episode 2 of New Gear and New Ideas. Got a few things to go through today, a couple of things I want to talk about, so let's get to it. There are several new items of gear that I have acquired over the past couple of weeks, mainly for the Hadrian's Wall trip. This video should go up before the Hadrian's Wall trip. So the new one I got was, over the years I wouldn't say I've been in trouble getting a good night's sleep, but I recently found that even with, I had a Thermarest Pro Light sleep mat, and that was the one that goes to about 1.5 inches, and as far as I was concerned, that's a pretty decent sleep mat. But I still found myself getting a dead arm when I was, I'm a side sleeper, so when I was lying down sleeping, I find myself getting a dead arm, and you're constantly turning over to avoid get that dead arm. That's annoying. You're not able to get into a good deep sleep when you're out because you constantly have to turn over. So I thought, right, let's bite the bullet, go for something a bit more expensive, a bit thicker, and let's see if it's actually worth what it says on the tin. So I went for a Thermarest, what's it called? I've totally forgot. I've totally gone blank. Thermarest Neo Air. Thermarest Neo Air. I went for the 3/4 model purely because my other mat was 3/4, and I don't feel the need for that extra bit for your legs. It doesn't benefit your comfort anymore. Having your legs on the floor, if it is a little bit chilly, if you carry a seat mat like I normally do, put the seat mat under your feet. But it doesn't really benefit you to have that. You don't need to be on a straight flat surface. You can get away with having that little bit of a dip, and you honestly don't notice it. So I went for the 3/4 just to make it lighter, and there's less pack space. Look how small this thing is. It's absolutely tiny for a mat in comparison to all the other mats you can get. One of the downsides, or one of the potential downsides, is that it's very thin. Doesn't bother me. I use my gear. I don't even treat this thing lightly. I mean, everybody else has got one of these that I know now, and everyone's quite cautious about how they use it. I'm not. I just throw it around, and it hasn't popped yet. I've got my pillow in there, which I showed you in the last episode. But this basically blows up to 3 inches, and 3 inches is a decent size. I actually let some air out of this when I'm on it, so it's actually quite squidgy when I'm sleeping on it. But basically what that enables me to do is it enables my hip and my shoulder to sink into it a bit more, like it naturally would on a normal bed. And actually what that means is it's been tried and tested several times now, and I can actually sleep on my side all night without tossing over. I've done it some nights I've tossed over a little bit, but twice now I think I've slept all the way through on one side and not got a dead arm. So that's pretty impressive. They're not cheap. I think the 3/4 one is around the £90 mark. The full length one is over £100. But honestly, if you're going to go for it, just go for the 3/4. You've got no need really for a full length one, unless you're a slightly larger guy. Obviously, I'm skin and bone, and these things are relatively actually quite narrow. Pardon. Oh. But if you're quite a large guy, you may need to get the longer one because the longer one gets wider. Just a tip for you. But definitely worth it. And like I said, it is thin, but it's not thin enough to pop. As long as you've got a ground sheet down, you're not going to pop it. Unless you're bloody sleeping on nails or something. Next thing I wanted to quickly go over is my Caldera Cone system. I've had the Caldera Cone for a while now. I have literally just shot a review video for it, and that's going to be coming out very soon in the next couple of weeks. So if you do want to see a full review from me, it is coming. So I've had that for a while. I didn't actually want to go over that in this video. The things that I do want to go over are the new pot that I've recently purchased for it. This is the Tokes 850. If you don't already know, the Caldera Cone is built and designed to the spec of the size pot you've got. So I got it built to this spec before I actually had the pot, because, long story short, anyway. Very simple pot, titanium pot. One thing I actually really like about this pot is the little clip, the little tab here can be slotted along, and it actually locks it in place. Now that's a pretty decent game changer, man, because I know that one of the biggest problems with pots is trying to get the lid off. and because you can just slide that over, it locks it up so you can very easily lift the lid off. From experience with other pots, I wanted to make sure I had the butterfly handles because I find them very useful, those long handles to make it accessible. And I also wanted rubber handles as well, that was also quite important for me. So yeah, I'm really happy with that pot. It's really solid, and I've been wanting a pot like this for a long time. And by coincidence, the Caldera Caddy, which the Caldera Cone is in, fits in perfectly. That is purely by coincidence, but it makes me very happy. The other thing I've recently bought is a folding cup. I also go over this in the review that I've just shot. But I've been struggling to find an ultralight cup that I actually like. And I've been staying away from these because I just thought it doesn't look that good. It just looked like, I don't know, a piece of plastic. But it was £4 something, and I thought, let's just give it a try because I haven't found a cup that I'm happy with yet. That's lightweight. And for 27 grams, I've got to say, I'm very happy with it. It folds up obviously, but I actually don't use it folded up. I just put it straight over the top like that. Fits over the caddy perfectly. But the thing that I really like about this is the handle. I thought this handle was going to be really shit, and I didn't think it was going to hold. But actually, if you're holding it like that and you've got water in, it's not actually bendy at all, it's quite secure. And the other thing you can do, which is actually really fantastic, is you can hold it like that, and you can kind of nurture your cup quite comfortably. So that's that. Next up we have, I've recently made this thing. Now I think it was Syntax77 I saw do make one of these, or show one of these in this video. Basically what it is, it's a rehydrating bag. It's made from the same stuff that you'd use in your loft for insulation. So I made a flat bottom bag. It all opens out. And I put Velcro on there as well. And basically what that enables me to do is when I make my own dehydrated meals, I can boil the water, pour the water into the bag, seal it, and then put the food bag into this bag, close it up, and that's going to retain all the majority of the heat and allow it to rehydrate without going cold. 10 minutes in there, the whole meal's rehydrated, bang it out, eat. I can get I designed it to fit 2 food bags in there for when me and Emily are out. So I'm quite pleased with that. I purely did it just to see how it was going to go, and it actually worked out really well. So that's something I made. Something else I made recently, which I wanted to make this video before I sent it off, but I didn't get a chance. But for any of you who used to follow Jack McCormack on YouTube, or if you still follow him over on Instagram, he was wanting one of I don't know if you remember, Dave Canterbury carries what is it? It's like a fire pouch. It's like a possible pouch, but he keeps his fire kit in it. And Jack was after one of those for a while, so me and Jack agreed that he'd pay me a little bit of money and I'd make one for him. And it turned out actually really nice. So much so that I'm going to make myself one. But I wanted to kind of show this in the video, but I had to send it to him quicker than I got around to making the video. So if Jack has sent, I've asked Jack for a photo of it because Jack's currently in Canada travelling. So if he does send me a photo in time, I will pop the photo on screen now so you can have a look at that. But it's really quite nice, quite a good size, but really quite proud of that one. It's a nice little pouch. Something else I recently purchased is this new poop scoop. Normally in the woods we just use a digging stick, which is fine, but when out hiking it's not always available for us to use a stick. So I was after a trowel. The company is Crowen. Is it Crowen? I'll post a link in the description. I can't remember the company's name, but it's actually this is an ultralight trowel. It's 9 grams, solid plastic. Actually, quite a sharp edge on it as well, which is pretty cool. But it's very simple, very basic. I wrote poop on that, just so everybody knows. But it's a good trowel, and for 9 grams you can't complain. You've got a solid trowel you can carry with you, do your digging, so you can do your business. And last but not least, I want to show you this little pouch. Now this little pouch is made by a friend of mine, Paul Stokes. He has a The best way to just describe it is ultralight accessories. He makes this gear himself under the company name of Treadlight Gear. Is it Treadlight? I think it's Treadlight. So actually I bought this pouch. It's got a carabiner on the back and it's also got an elasticated loop here. And basically it's designed so you thread it through your backpack strap and it hangs roughly around here. Well, you don't have to put it there, but that's where I put it anyway. And basically what that enables me to do is I keep my camera in there, the camera that I'm recording on now. It's literally the perfect size for the camera, it fits absolutely perfectly. But it just means it's easy accessible and I can get to it. It's made from Cuban fibre, very good build quality. It's got a waterproof zip so I can whack my camera in there and not have to worry about it. It says, well, you can't open it, and there you go. So it's just a very small, very tiny pouch, but I do encourage you to go and check out Paul's eBay shop. I've bought several things from him now, absolutely quality gear. And he's got a good little range of stuff that you can buy from him, so please go and check him out if you're interested in all that kind of accessory type stuff. If there's anything custom you need, I have no doubt you can maybe send him a message and ask him. He doesn't, as far as I know, he doesn't do custom stuff that often, but it's always worth asking to see if it's possible. And that's everything. That is everything for this week, this month, or however often I make these videos. I don't want to bombard you too much with random crap, but those are the few things that I've been trying to find recently that are going to work well for my outings. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you've got anything you can recommend me, or anything you can think of improve on the latest stuff I've purchased, let me know. Until next time, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again very, very soon. And that's a wrap.